Peter, actually, let's talk about how we tackle the small boats coming over here. There's been numerous sort of initiatives, cross-country initiatives between France and Britain. Loads of taxpayers' money exchanging hands, our money, to stop the small boat crossings. It hasn't worked. Is there anything that could happen at the meeting today which could solve the problem?
Well, it's going to be extremely difficult. It's been going on for years, this issue. In the early 2000s, there were masses of people making their way across that Calais-Dover crossing through the tunnel. Security has been improved in the tunnel enormously since then. Now people are travelling in small boats. How do you stop small boats in a safe manner that doesn't endanger lives? There have been terrible incidents, we all know, of people dying on that terrible crossing. Remember, France is a huge country of migration. People come in through the Mediterranean, they cross France, they try and get over Britain across the Channel. But after years, nobody has really worked out a way of making such a country secure. And one would imagine that there'll be a lot of frustration on both sides during the meeting tonight. But I'd be amazed if there was any kind of breakthrough.
Indeed. Is Liz Truss likely to find out if he is friend or foe tonight?
Well, I think she learnt that, along with the rest of Britain, during that very sad period of the Queen's death and indeed the Queen's funeral. I think of all the people in the world, let alone the world leaders, the finest tributes of all, the most articulate, the most moving, the most sensitive, came from the President of the Republic, Emmanuel Macron. He's a huge Anglophile, I can tell you that, having met him with British journalists here in Paris and in other parts of France. He always seeks out the British journalists and wants to speak to them. He's always very interested in what Britain thinks about him. He wants to improve the entente cordiale. There were a lot of tensions. Even before he became president, he was describing Brexit as a crime, for example. There have been policy issues over, as we were just talking about cross-channel migration, about vaccine distribution, about fishing rights. A lot of those issues still remain. But he very much wants to give the impression that beyond these policy differences, which are not eternal, issues can be solved. He is a huge Anglophile. He will make that very clear to British Prime Minister tonight. And one would hope that they'll build a pretty good relationship. He's had very good relationships with all kinds of world leaders, dare I say, including Vladimir Putin. He speaks to him regularly. President Macron is somebody who likes to speak to people, however controversial. Of course, Liz Truss is not a controversial figure at all, but she is somebody who's expressed a few reservations about Emmanuel Macron. But again, I think they should be cleared up in tonight's meeting, if not afterwards.